Hey everyone, welcome back to Holistic Homebrew. I know it's been a while since I made any content, but I'm trying to get my foot back in the door. Keep an open eye out for future videos. So hopping into it, today I wanted to show you my top 5 arcane cantrips from Pathfinder 2e. Starting with number 5 on our list, we have Warp Step. Warp Step is a 2-action somatic verbal cantrip. When cast, you gain a +5 circumstance bonus to your speed until the end of your turn. You then stride twice. You can use Warp Step to burrow, climb, fly, or swim if you have the corresponding movement type, making Warp Step one of the most useful spells for getting across the battlefield. The downside about this spell is it's based off your movement speed, making it hard to get across the battlefield with a character with low speed. Moving on to number 4, we have Gouging Claw. This is a 2-action cantrip with a range of touch and targets 1 creature. You make a melee spell attack roll against the target's AC. You then deal your choice of 2d6 slashing or 2d6 piercing damage, plus 2 persistent bleed damage. On a critical hit, you double the damage and double the bleed damage. This cantrip can be heightened +1, increasing the damage by 1d6 and the persistent bleed damage by 1. This spell is amazing because you can choose to deal slashing or piercing damage, and you get to deal persistent bleed damage, which you can combo multiple things with this, such as Horrifying Blood Loss, which is a spell where the target must be bleeding and has the chance to make them frightened. Moving on to number 3 on the list, we have Electric Arc. This is a 2-action cantrip with a range of 30 feet and targets 1 or 2 creatures. This is by far one of the most picked cantrips that I've seen from my players. As lightning hops from one target to another, each target takes 2d4 electricity damage with a basic reflex save. This cantrip can be heightened +1 to increase the damage by 1d4. This cantrip is perfect because no matter what, the target is taking damage unless they critically succeed on their reflex save. And there's the potential of hitting 2 targets instead of 1. Moving on to number 2, we have Message. This is a 1-action cantrip with a range of 120 feet and it targets 1 creature. With this spell, you mouth words quietly, but instead of coming out of your mouth, the words are transferred directly to the target's ear. While others can't hear what you're saying, the target can hear you as if you were speaking in their ear. The target can give a brief response with a reaction or a free action on their next turn. If the target responds, the response is heard directly in your ear. This cantrip can be heightened at 3rd level to increase the range to 500 feet. I've seen this cantrip used in so many different ways. One of the funniest ways I've seen this used, one of my players cast Message to a goblin hiding inside of a tree. The goblin was so scared, he lost his footing and fell out of the tree to his death. So this cantrip can be used in so many creative ways. And finally, number 1 on the list, we have Phase Bolt. This is a 2-action somatic and verbal cantrip with a range of 30 feet and targets 1 creature. With this cantrip, you make a ranged spell attack roll against the target's AC. If the target has any circumstance bonus to AC, such as a shield or cover, reduce that bonus by 2 for this attack. On a success, the target takes 3d4 piercing damage. And on a critical success, the target takes double damage. This spell can be heightened +1 to increase the bolt's damage by 1d4. I think Phase Bolt is one of the best arcane cantrips in Pathfinder because it has the chance of reducing the target's circumstance bonus to AC, making them easier to hit. I hope y'all enjoyed my top 5 arcane cantrips from Pathfinder 2e. If y'all feel like I left any out, please put them in the comments down below. If y'all like this content and found it useful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below or subscribe to see future content like this. Until next time, keep on rolling.